What's up guys, this is Shannon. Today we're going to check out the 9 in Elmina Green. Let's go. Hey guys, we are here again in City of Elmina. To be very accurate, we are standing in between the show unit of the 9th, which is the latest phase of Elmina Green. We will later explain the difference between Elmina Green side and the Elmina City Center side, just to get our coordinates right. Also next to the brand new Elmina Lakeside Mall. As you can see now, the amount of tenancy is crazy. Today is a weekday and you look into the traffic, right? It's actually packed, man. Anyway, let's go to the sales gallery and get our coordinates right. See where are we and where is the project. Let's go. Okay, so let's get our coordinates right. So this will be the entire master plan of City of Elmina. It's crazy, right? Like last time it was empty, and just by a few years later it's so developed already. So another revision, so this is GCE, the Guthrie Corridor Expressway that connects almost the entire way of City of Elmina. Okay, so this will be Elmina City Center, and this will be the brand new location of Elmina Lakeside Mall. Okay, so this is the city center where it's going to be their main focus for this period of time. So concurrently, they also have developed this phase where it's called the Elmina Green series, and this is also where we started the entire documentation of the entire township. Now, most of it is ready, left only several plots. Phase 1 will be 93 units and phase 2 will be 99 units then. And since they have done this so many times, and if you look across, right, so from phase 1 until phase 9 already, excluding the other parts of landed products, this shows that they know exactly what they are doing, like, because they have done this again and again and again. But what I really like, as always, is they refine the product a little bit more. So coming in through Persiaran de Linea, right, going in, this will be the main entrance via a roundabout that separates into two phases, which is always a good idea because it somewhat slows down the traffic before going into the housing development. And if you look into the orientation of houses, it's all north-south facing. There won't be any particular units that's facing the evening sun or the morning sun, so that's great. And you look into this main spinal road that connects into the entire development. So in this form of design, there won't be any units facing the main junction. All units are great units. Then also you will have somewhat like the cul-de-sac design in some of them, especially the one in the ends, right? So that's better for privacy. However, this is still an individual title project, aka that nasi lemak project that all Malaysians love. So there will be two variations of size. One, the standard intermediate one will be 20 by 80 feet. The build up is about 2,000 square feet. And for the corner units then it's about 22 by 80. But the main thing that I'm more interested in is to somewhat observe the entire development progress, right? All these sort of, like, we have checked out all the other phases before. The main thing I want to see is the parks, because this is an individual title project, so all this is somewhat like added bonus, especially like you have shop lots here for convenience, you will have parks here for leisure. You don't really need to go to the city center, but that's an option because it's just one road away. And this will be the brand new announcement of Chonghua Independent School. There will be a primary school as well, and this will be the brand new mall, and this might be the future transit hub connecting the MRT. But what many people don't see is this is also in between their industrial area here. So this is actually Google's development, which means this will be able to host a lot of future job opportunities. And guess where they will be staying? Okay, so now if you can see, it's also one same road away, and this is also taking place very, very fast. And now we are back in front of the show units, right? So this is the intermediate, 20 by 80 feet. This is supposedly the corner lot design, 22 by 80. So the only variables that, if you're interested in the corner lot, you need to really make sure with the salesperson on how wide is your land at the corner lot lah. Ultimately, that's what you're paying for, right? In terms of building size, then there's only like about 2 feet extra. Let's check this out first, okay? So coming in, this will be the car porch, and you will have the columnless design within the center of the house. so you can easily park 2 cars without having a column in between. I like the carport design, it's very thin. But anyway, this is an individual title house, so you are actually free to renovate the unit, but just a bit sayang lah, they designed the facade, everything so nice already, right? And going in the carport, you will have the concrete, I think this is stamping design, and the design treatment for the ramp up then is a bit different. So what they do now is they kind of set out an outline for an additional apron, another layer up, so that they can ease the transfer over for people with mobility issues. So there's one layer of ramp here, another layer of ramp there. How I wish they will have a very different approach in lengthening the distance, so the ramp will be way more gentle. Anyway, they have this design for their other product, Elmina Reach 1, which is a higher spec product. So somewhat they will have a different separation in terms of product design. Well, better than nothing. I appreciate it always. Then at the side, this will be where you put your water meter, your electric meter, right? And this will be where you collect your letters. Okay, so from the back, this will be the location where you put your external water filter. Then you have your hose here. Well, part of the experience of having this landed typology is your car is within reach all the time. You can just anytime wash whenever you want. On the other side then, this becomes very interesting. One side it was for letter, right? The other side here on the bottom, this will be for refuse. Your bilik sampah, okay? So when you throw here, the municipal will come and collect. This will be where you collect your parcels. This is so cool. So it will not be under the rain like always. Every time people put parcel outside, right? Then heavy rain, gone case, habis. So now they have this very generous space for parcel. Wow, so thoughtful. Then in between houses, this will be the divider to somewhat give you that adequate amount of opening for ventilation, just to say hi as well. And right between, you will have this nice nook here to again have more daylight into the space. Outside here then, this will be very useful for EV owners. So this is where you can charge your EV vehicle. And this is the unit we're going to check out today. So this is type CM 2342 square feet, 4 bedroom and 4 bathroom. So when we come in via the car porch, this will be the terrace, as you say, the apron from the side that connects over to the terrace at the side. There'll be a ramp here for mobility purposes, so you can see one ramp here going into the unit. This will be the living, dining, then the kitchen. And the kitchen is actually split half in between the building to accommodate a guest room here, which is also like a ground floor bedroom. It's a must-have for Asian communities. Then a guest bath behind. Then you will have a 12-feet garden at the back. So that's one of the selling points here. Going upstairs, because this is a corner lot, therefore you will have the luxury of having another extra profile at the side. This is the family area. Then this is the master bedroom connected to the ensuite master bath. And this is a little bit different. I need to go and see the actual thing to really feel it. Then bedroom 1 and bedroom 2 will be split in the center, and both will have their own ensuite bathroom. That's nice. And the main thing for corner lots is you have this extra facade at the side, and that leaves a lot of opportunity for openings like this. And they are very generous with the window profile. You just look at it. This is a sliding door actually. So just imagine if this is extended into a landscape area for your children. Voila. So the variable that you need to really fix and communicate with your salesperson if you are interested will be the width of the extra land that you're paying for lah. Then this will be connected to the dining area, and this is where you will fully experience that very close outdoor-indoor experience. What people a lot do is they will put a water fountain here or a feature garden in the center here, which becomes the backdrop of your dining area. Very cool. This is part of the ID treatment, but also a suggestion to own it. Moving on here, this will be the kitchen little window that's connected to the basin, most likely. And just by walking around the area, it just shows you how extensive the land profile is. That's why a lot of people who prioritize value for money, right, they usually will go for such nasi lemak product, which has always been the main strength for this particular developer within this particular location. This entire township started from products of such. That's why it's an all-time favorite. Then at the back, this will be the yard area for you to do your laundry. And just check out the land at the back. So this is about 12 feet land. In other words, when you got money, you got extra money, not now, maybe 5 years later, right, you can still expand your house if you want to, because this is still an individual title house. Nice, very cool. Okay, coming in through the main door, so the clearance is about 1.07 meters, and immediately you'll be stepping into the main area already. So just look into the living, dining, kitchen, that truly open layout. And I really like this little foyer here. So it's very thoughtful again that they leave about 450 mm here. This is about 435 mm. For you to put in your sideboard here, also somewhat that extra shoe cabinet at the side. Well, these are not given. This is just space for your ID to design later when you get the unit. And just by walking around the space, 22 feet is such a luxury today. Back then, every house, one of the smallest size was actually 22.75. So interesting to see how the price of property changes across time, and now suddenly, formats like this was a starter house, now it's actually a luxury to have 22 feet. Nice. Anyway, the ceiling height here is about 2.95, and please be informed that because this is a corner unit, okay, you will have very great lighting that is happening around the space due to the extra facade that you get at the side. To be a little bit more technical, if you are getting the corner lots, which if I can afford, I would definitely get one, but you don't need to really position all your openings at the front. So when cars or your daddy or mommy come back home, right, you won't have the glaring car lights flaring into the space. So you have just one little window here to let you know they are back, but the main opening will be here at this humongous giant sliding window here. Wow. Okay, so it's even extended to the side, so it's an L-shaped one. Woo! And that's not all. So from the living connected to the dining area here, the dining backdrop will again be the side profile of your house via this window on this side again. Nice, right? And the approach I like within this interior design is they made this conventional storage area into somewhat like a day bed area for you to chill. Then they also made this into somewhat like a storage area. Very nice touch. But let's go check out the actual unit that you're gonna get to somewhat bring you back to reality. Anyway, speaking of reality as well, the price, as mentioned just now, the intermediate starts from about 900 plus thousand. The corner lots, then it varies between 1 million-ish due to different lot size that you get. Moving on, this will be the kitchen area, and technically this is an open kitchen format where I don't think a lot of people will adopt. How I would do it is to have a different partition to kind of isolate out the wet kitchen area, but entirely up to you lah. But here you can see that they will be providing the 5-feet wall tiles at the side across this area, but this is nice lah. So the wall to wall distance excluding the balcony, so I'm measuring from the wall to wall distance is about 3.2 meters, which is splitting the unit in half, making this that very long linear kitchen that you can have. Technically you can have a dual linear format as well if you also make this into a countertop and working area lah. But they suggest to use this as the location for your fridge, for your microwave, your oven and things like that. Very nice. It's a very nice transition yet open format layout. Then here you will have your countertop where your 2-burner hood and hob can be here. But the team kind of shared some updates on the design for the window. So this is not the actual height of the window. There are some variables. There's been some changes to the window location. So please do check always with the sales staff on what you're gonna get. But mainly this window only lah, in terms of aluminium and glazing wise. Then this will be the yard space just now as we just checked. So this is where you can do your laundry, and that will be the canvas for your extension later when you get your 6 months bonus. So it's connected via a back door here, and this is awesome. This bathroom area here is 2.4 meters by 2.4 meters. And you can see you have 2 doors here, one connected via the kitchen area, one connected to the ground floor bedroom. And it's so bright, as you can see, it's because of this window here, right at the top. So it's frosted, the size is huge, which allows a lot of daylight into the space. And again, I've always enjoyed their design intent. They're very mindful approach for users with mobility issues. Okay, so from kitchen side, they don't have the ramp, but on the other side to the ground floor bedroom, then they have. And when you have a wheelchair just coming in, the shower screen then will not be as friendly. So they kind of eliminated that to be a one flat floor level. Just some gradient for the water to flow into the floor tram, that's about it, right? full height wall tiles, shower, WC and basin by Premtech. How I wish this could be a sliding door, but they don't have enough space really lah. So I think it's fine, and it's connected via this metal door frame with a groove connecting to the brick wall. Nice! And now we are in the ground floor bedroom. So if you are not living with your parents, this can be your workspace, your home office. And this location is somewhat perfect, right? If you actually operate your own business, you will have the flexibility of working hours. You're not really tied to that conventional 9 to 5. Occasionally you go to the city. This location is really making a lot of sense. Because then it will be a very interesting debate of the usage of this 1 million budget. So if you have a 1 million, do you want to get a 1,000 square feet unit within the city center that's very close to the main corporate offices, close to public amenities, close to public transport and things like that? Or you would want more space. You want to have a better relationship with your cars because you can anytime access them. So two very interesting debates. Well, technically they are not the same person. So if you are located within the city like myself, you can travel the city almost every day, but if you don't need to, you operate your own business, you can operate via just asal ada internet, business can jalan, right? So this becomes a very, very interesting alternative. And you know what? It's not like there will be a discount in terms of the amenities that you're getting. So now you have all the public schools coming in. And what's interesting is the industrial area, also done up by the same developer, that is picking up rapidly. So bonus, if you are hired to be based in these locations and products like this is actually close and convenient for your workplace, then that's the best case scenario lah. Anyway, the wall-to-wall width here is about 3.25 meters, which is somewhat like the kitchen, as this wall actually split the house into two, and that will be the opening to the bathroom. They kind of decorate this nook here to be like a daybed area or a reading corner. Nice touch. For flooring, they will be providing 600 by 600 mm tiles, and that includes skirtings as well, connected to the staircase. So here you will have the timber material for your footings, timber and steel handrail going up. Then the width of the staircase is very nice. It's about 4 feet, 1.2 meters. And the experience is also very pleasant as you have the window on the top. Wow. Suddenly with this window, right, this space doesn't feel wasted. But here you can always put storage area if you want to lah, provided you got a lot of things to store. Coming straight up, immediately the feeling is different due to the laminated timber flooring. The entire first floor will be timber floored. This is the family hall. But if the grandparents stay with the family, then this might be the place where the kids will do homework or you will work lah. Okay, so there are a lot of spaces for you to turn around in terms of function. But what I like here, just look at the window design at this side. So the wall-to-wall distance here is about 2.4, ceiling height is about 3 meters. And you just look into the window profile that is punched out, where you have this corner detail again. So this corner little detail here really expands the feeling of opening, and it just extends across the boundary. So technically, if this is only up to this level, standard lah, but you just add this little panel here at the side, right? Suddenly it becomes so nice in terms of experience. And this connects to 2 bedrooms at the back, and both come with an ensuite bathroom of their own, so both siblings don't need to fight. Let's check out this one out first. So here you can put in a queen size bed, bedside table, dressing area, wardrobe, homework area with a nice little window at the side, entrance to the bathroom. The wall-to-wall width is about 3.1 meters, very generous. That's why after you put in this bed here and you add on with this little dressing table here, you still got space to move around. And this is nice. Again, you will have this very nice treatment to the window side area, connected to the back facade at the back. So the boundary line will be extended all the way here, which also means this line, this facade line here, will be the first one to go if the owner wish to extend the house in terms of renovation, right? So suddenly the entire back facade will be extended all the way to the back, to the side as well. A lot of potential, but up to you lah, whether you got budget or not, or whether do you think that it's insufficient in terms of space. Then checking the ensuite bathroom, you will have Premtech basin and WC full height wall tiles with a window at the back, similar to the one on the other bedroom. Okay, so both siblings don't need to really fight whose bathroom is bigger. But once again, right, because this is a landed product, so the location of aircon points, plug points and things like that, please do always refer to the actual agreement with the salesperson when you purchase lah. Because ultimately this is still a show unit ma, so there will be certain things that is altered to kind of give you the reference for your future family. Like for here, they kind of suggested to have this very playful arrangement of bed for your kid. And this is exactly like, this is designed for my kid lah. So you have all the sea creatures and construction vehicles. Oh my goodness. Anyway, a very nice usage of the window side area. Again, I really adore this treatment by this designer, but the rest is somewhat all the same. And let's move on to the principal bedroom. Whoa. Look at the size of the bed against the size of the room. Technically, you can put two beds, still got corridor space to walk about. Wow! So this area here is about 4.5 meters by 4.5 meters. Again, after putting in a king size space, you look at the extent of area here. Wow! And this is where it's going to be all your cabinet space. This pretty much sums up why you should really consider the corner units. You can really have this 4.5 meters area without including the bathroom, yet also this little nook, right? Just now when we see from the facade side of things, they kind of again make this punched out design for the facade windows, again with the corner window. Absolutely love it. But this one then can feel the heat lah. Anyway, going into the master bathroom, you will have Premtech basin and WC, shower area full height wall tiles, no shower screen for the whole unit, no shower screen. And you will have this very nice area for you to put in your shampoo or things like that. Window will be at the facade side of the wall. But I do think this is very nice lah. Very, very comfortable. Wow! So you have that window there as well to kind of just lead up the area for your wardrobe. Woo. Well, I guess that's all for the show unit, and bear in mind this is a corner lot unit again. Let's head on to the side because I'm more interested in what is the actual things that is developing around the area. And by looking into the site plan further, right, so this is the entrance at the first. That's when I thought this is an individual title project, so there won't be any amenities around. But I was wrong. So you can see that there are actually facilities around the boundary at the internal portion of the development. Where you have the children playground, you will have the shelter, you will have badminton court, yoga lawn, futsal court, outdoor gym, reflexology park. You also have an orchard garden here. So there will be areas for a quick hangout with your families lah. If that is insufficient, you still always have the 300 acres of Central Park. Then you have the forest reserve. You have the bicycle lanes to jog around the area. So you have a small area to hang out with your kids right after work during the weekdays. Then weekends you got more things to do. Then when everything's settled down, you can just hang out at Elmina Lakeside Mall. Then call it a day for the weekend already. No need to go out already. Wow. So we are now in Elmina Green's area, but something to just highlight here is the level of infrastructure. From the decoration around a roundabout, you will have the pavers around the main circulation pathways. They are just not just pre-mix or tar road and things like that, right? This one really is the entire extension works. When you have extra cablings to do and things like that, you won't be as damaging to the roads. Very solid. Then you look into the parks around, all those are done up very nicely. Water condition wise depends on weather, because ultimately they are water retention structures. And if you look into the earlier phases around, you will have similar characteristics in terms of orientation of the property, the design, in terms of the spinal road connecting to every branch. Some you will have cul-de-sacs. Then for the other areas around the houses, then it will be the location for all the public amenities like playgrounds and things like that. So within every single development, you will have your own amenities. Then you come out a little bit, you will have a bigger one, and if that's not enough, you can always go back to City of Elmina. That main central park, there's about 100 acres, right? Also, the level of street lights versus the pedestrian walkways one, they will have different heights, and this will be the examples of RSKUs that will take place around the project as well. Okay, and then we are now at the Sakura Lake, and again this is for public, yeah, so this is an initiative by the township developer. So during weekends or during evenings or mornings, whenever you're free lah, you can just come, bring your family here and chill. That includes the landscape treatment, water retention structures, all the hardscape, softscape, and some fixtures in the center. That will look amazing. Okay, instead of just a standard padang or field, right? I think this is better. And these are all in complementaries to the landed homes that they built. So again, there are degrees of area for you to hang out with your family, within your compound of your house, within your taman itself, then within Elmina Green itself, and within City of Elmina itself. But just to point out something very obvious as well, there are a lot of players that is building this location already, because easily I can name 5 other different developers that's building around this address, but they were the one that spearhead this entire transformation. So we have tried several rounds trying to get into site, right? Unfortunately, all access are closed for normal cars unless you have a truck, then you can go in. But we got a drone shot, so it looks like all the superstructures are almost ready. We can see already the configuration and things like that very fast, because for individual title it takes about 2 years for the house to be completed. But what I'll showcase here will be the existing earlier phases that they have built. They look amazing. Phase by phase, there are slight tweaks and the improvement that's happening again and again. Then at the front here, you will have the buffer away from the road for green areas. Some they actually put in the playground. Then this is the experience of the sidewalk. Can you walk to nearby amenities like the playground? Can. If it's the shops, can. But ultimately for landed product, the main way to get around is still via cars lah. But just looking at the number of houses being built at one go, right? Like you have multiple construction sites that's actually in operations right now. Not many people can do this. And I guess that's all for this episode. Let's find a spot and let's do Sean Stick 3 on 3. And now we are back in Elmina City Centre, which is about 10 minutes drive away. However, I do acknowledge that after the connection to the adjacent township, that road will be one of the main source of congestion, because now City of Elmina becomes somewhat like a shortcut into Dash Highway that connects over to KL. So I do acknowledge that, and the team has already proposed a Clover Junction directly turning into the highway itself. Hopefully it will ease everything. But what's more exciting to me as a parent will be this almost completing SJKC and the announcement of Chonghua Independent High School here. So this is going to change the entire narrative, because currently for a lot of residents around the area, the nearest Chinese primary school is actually in Bukit Subang. So everyday travel is not really sustainable, but now you have an alternative already. So this will somewhat settle 12 years of the kids' development, which makes it sufficient for you to hold the property lah. So you move in 12 years later, then you want to move out when he's grown up, you want to go to university or whatsoever, right? Perfect timing at that time. And look at the pace of the development and construction, solid. And that is the first thing that I really like. This particular developer, this particular team has proven themselves again and again and again. Whatever that was promised, they deliver. Promise, deliver. Customers complain, deliver. Accident happen, rectify. Complaints received, rectify, and deliver again and again and again, to an extent where now they are already acquiring more lands to be developed around the area. Starting from residential back then, to the lack of commercial, they deliver, to the lack of schools, they deliver, to the lack of job opportunities. Now they are even working on the business park area. And sometimes I just think that we are taking them for granted. Like, how many developers can develop this humongous piece of land, multiple construction site at one, while juggling between commercial and other things such as the school operators and things like that. Solid track record, solid execution, and very close to that will be the design scheme of their individual title terrace houses. So they have done this again and again and again and again, don't know so how many times already. Elmina Green alone, I think there's already like 9 different phases. That's why they call it the 9. And within Elmina Garden, Elmina Valley, almost similar things. And if you look into the existing design, you have a local road coming in that somewhat becomes that individual in and out access, which allows residents to later build a checkpoint or a guard house for security purposes. Then all houses are north-south facing to kind of avoid the heat but yet maximize daylight. Then they do not put any space to waste. They even build all the required amenities around the taman. Then if there's not enough between tamans, you have more common areas. They will build the park, the futsal court that is public. If that is not enough, you still have Central Park within the City of Elmina main area, and you still have the forest reserve. A lot of things are just well thought through. So when you think about their design of the product, nothing much to really complain. But we'll talk about those things later lah. And the last thing I like about this product, what they kind of innovated, their product actually adjusts in accordance to the modern lifestyle. Like for this round, I like the addition of the EV isolators, which is the green lifestyle that they are promoting. Then you have the bay window design, especially the master bedroom area, and at the other bedrooms as well, all the bedside areas are heavily emphasized, which I totally appreciate. Then you have the 12 feet land, not only for the corner lots, for every single unit you will have a 12 feet land behind the house as a private compound of yours. And this is the best part that I think everyone will like lah. It's an individual title house, so it's entirely up to you to maximize the canvas. So if you got budget, the corner lots is absolutely lovely, where they maximize all the area of window at the side profile. So it's amazing. If I got budget, I will definitely get it. And it serves as a canvas for future expansion as well. If your son get married, wants to stay together with the family, perfect. However, if you're a buyer of a separate school of thought, you kind of enjoy landed strata living kind of format where you have an official decorated guard house, you will have your own clubhouse within the compound, then this is not for you. If you prefer uniform format, uniform facade maintenance across all houses within the development, this is not for you. So maybe you can consider their earlier phases. So this particular township as well also have stratified developments. Maybe you go check out the sub-sale, but I think they will not be cheap lah, because all after launch is immediately sold out. But the good thing is they now have the Lakeside Mall where you have anytime fitness here. Swimming pool wise, then I don't know lah, but this is something to think about lah. Then within the house design, the first thing I kind of wish they change a little bit will be the immediate slope to the apron of the house. I think it's a little bit too steep, but I understand why they do it. It's somewhat control cost a little bit and speed up the entire construction process, because for the earlier products, Elmina Reach Phase 1, right, they kind of did it very nicely where they start the gradient from a further distance from the car porch, so you have a very gentle ramp. It's perfect, but unfortunately it's a little bit costlier to do lah. So the kind of details belong to the higher tier. Then within the site plan itself, you can see that some existing amenities surrounding the project. You have the community area, you have the surau, you have the kindergarten. Whether will those take place or not too sure, but when you acquire the corner lot, because you're paying premium for it, right, just make sure that it's an informed decision, because if not, the kindergarten really builds up and every now and then there will be a lot of kids noise, shouting around, running around, and there will be a lot of parents picking up their kids or whatsoever. If it's an informed decision, then it's fine. If it's not, then you pick other units lah. Then do also take note on which side is closer to the Guthrie Highway, which side is not, which side is located away. Okay, so please just make sure that you take all of those into consideration when you pick your unit. And last of all, this area is really picking up steam, because for the past few weeks, our team has also ventured around. We have been observing a lot of brand new developments around this area. Easily there's 5 to 6 different developers all trying to leverage on the need of a product of more value for money. where you have somewhat a million budget, where you have a 2,000 square feet landed experience, and it's absolutely suitable for those who are adopting that work from home format, or you are actually your own business owner, you do online business or whatsoever, you rarely need to travel, maybe once or twice to KL only, then this is suitable for you. But what I'm trying to say is within this area, there are a lot of competition, especially within this budget. So when you have 1 million, you can just drive around. There are a lot of other options. The only difference will be the township elements of things. Depends which township you like, which format you like, which brand resonates better for you lah. And I guess that's all for today. Personally, do I like the product? It speaks very loudly to young parents who are planning to have a family, because this is a product that's always been the primary target for a lot of young families. Like a couple just get married, just planning to build a family, right? You just buy a home around this area where you have kindergarten, where you have primary school, secondary school, mall, parks, highways, and you compare this kind of product to a 1,000 or 800 square feet high-rise apartment within the city. Which one speaks more to you? Most of the time it's this one, but it really depends on your lifestyle and either you makan gaji or your own business lah. Okay, and I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Shantan. Ciao.